In a recent cover story, Editor and Publisher magazine, which is one of the leading industry magazines for the media industry, did an entire cover story about the fact that Fox News covers BS. Now, that's not a story, right? We all know. We've seen clips of Fox News. They go on Twitter every single day. We talk about them here. I talk about them at Ring of Fire. We know that Fox News covers nonsense. An editor and publisher, of course, also knows this. But what they did was not just point out the fact that, yeah, Fox News talks about things that aren't real or aren't true. They finally got to the heart of why that is. Why, in their words, Fox News delivers cheap, expedient, viscerally agitating content instead of the journalism its viewers need and deserve. Those are their words. And they hit it on the head with that first phrase. It's cheap. Fox News covers nonsensical BS stories because it's cheaper to do that. Fox News makes things up because that's a lot cheaper than having to send out real on-the-ground journalists to do actual digging, to hire producers and researchers to verify everything and do fact-checking and pull together statistics. No, all of that costs money. Fox News doesn't want to do that. They didn't grow into a multi-billion-dollar industry by spending a lot of money. Heck no. They grew into a multi-billion-dollar industry by tapping into the rage of their viewers. And there's more. I got to read this. Fox News viewers saw the out-of-context reports and the rage machine was set to madness. This is regarding critical race theory. Media Matters, an anti-Fox advocacy group, found that there were over 3,900 mentions of critical race theory on the channel in 2021, whereas MSNBC and CNN combined only hit 1,854 mentions, and they were mostly debunking Fox. And that's just on the issue of critical race theory. But Fox News understood we can take clips of, these school board meetings where people are mad about critical race theory. We can air those for free. And then we can claim that critical race theory is a big problem. We don't have to do any actual reporting. We don't have to do any digging. We don't have to go in there and see that the people complaining about critical race theory, one, don't know what it is, two, that the schools have confirmed that it's not even taught in their school, and three, the parents that are complaining don't even actually have kids in those schools. Which, by the way, is what did in fact happen in most of those cases. Because local reporters for local news outlets did speak to principals. They talked to school boards. They talked to the administration. And they learned that no, none of this is happening. We don't know where these attacks are coming from. The attacks were coming from Fox because they were just making shit up because they didn't want to have to spend any money to hire people to find out if it was true or not. And then, of course, we have the big debacle with Arizona, right? Where you had the Fox News numbers guy, Chris Starwalt, who was actually fired because he correctly called Arizona for President Biden in the 2020 race, pissed Trump off, so Starwalt gets fired. Here's what Starwalt said about Fox News, a guy that worked there. This is what he said. Culture wars news is easier. Personalities and emotions are easier to do than hard news because hard news requires you to spend money. You have a lot of stories that don't pay off. It's a real pain. What's easy to do is have somebody do a piece that says we're smart and they're dumb. It scratches the news consumer's itch. And if you think about it, isn't that what Fox News does every night? Isn't that what Tucker does, what Hannity does, what Gutfeld does and Jesse Waters? They go out there and they tell you these people are stupid. They're doing things that are dumb, and we believe in things that are not dumb. And you're not dumb either, are you, audience? No, we're not dumb. Well, then you should be against this thing. Well, okay, because I'm not dumb, so I'm against it. And that's how the cycle perpetuates itself. Fox News isn't doing actual reporting. They're not having people on the ground. They're not digging into these stories. They're making stuff up to try to convince the viewers that everybody else is stupid, except for them, when in reality, the exact opposite is true. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen not be so grumpy.